Hi everybody, welcome to Monkey Island Madness. This is a live show taped over at Ustream TVs. This one today is impromptu. I'm filling in for Joycey. She's not streaming today. Get well, Joycey, if you watch this. Um, my normal show is Mondays at 1 o'clock Eastern. So I thought today we would use some blending powder. It's for colored pencils. It's Brush and Pencil sells it, and I've had it for months and months and months, and it didn't work well on regular papers, so I had to order some premium sanded pastel papers, and I ordered the 600 grit or grade and the 400 grade. This is what it looks like. I ordered it from Dick Blick. They're 9 by 12 sheets, and you get 10. And the only thing I remember, because I ordered this a long time too, is that it was kind of pricey, and I haven't used it. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to use products that we don't use or know anything about. So if you came here to learn something, good luck with that. Anyway, I am talking to a live chat. So they'll be yelling at me, and hopefully we'll have some fun here. And I'm going to use my light table to trace a drawing that I picked, mostly because it had large shapes that I thought we could actually really see how the blending powder works, right? I'm going to use both Prismacolor pencils and Polychromo together. And just get a feel for how I think they work. So the initial part of the stream here, you're going to be watching me. I probably should have picked out some colors. I don't know. Can you guys see the design? It's a flower design, and the design is actually out of, and I pulled the book out to show you. And the reason I picked it is just because it's good line art, and it had big areas. It's not too detailed. And it's out of the design source book, Oriental Flower Designs. I've had this for 100 years. I don't know if you can still buy it. It's a photocopiable pattern book, and I did have to make a photocopy of it to use on the light table because the designs are two-sided. It's not a good color book because it's on glossy paper. So this is really intended to be used as a copy, right? And I'm going to give you the number here. Can you see that? It's 93508-00242. So, and I'll flip through it real quick so you can see it if you want it. But don't confuse this with a color book, because you will so not like the paper to color with. I'm fuzzy. I've got the quality all the way up. Resolution, I've got it on medium resolution. I don't think I can do high. Yeah, go ahead and refresh if you don't have good picture. It looks fine on mine. Yeah, see, mine is good. You lost video. Oh my gosh, Ustream's messing with the audience, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I'll just flip through it quick. But these are designed to be copied, not colored in the book, okay? Just so you know. And I've had it for 100 years. Who knows why I bought it? I don't know. Probably just because I like the Oriental designs. Who knows? Nothing special. Just a bunch of line art, really. They probably contracted because it's not a particular... Oh, Polly Pinder put it together. I don't know if she's the artist or not. So I almost picked this one because it looks to me like the cherry blossoms that Dee Dee colored this morning. But I thought, well, poor Eileen has had enough pink for one day, so we can't do that. And I'm sorry if it gets fuzzy when I switch the page, but the cameras don't like white. So anyway, you get an idea of what the book's about. And I could have probably sat here and drawn something, and I thought, well, that's crazy. I don't know what colors I'm going to use, so I'm going to grab a real light blue Crayola. I like Crayola pencils, colored pencils for drawing with, so I'm just going to grab, this is a turquoise, and I'm just going to sketch lightly because hopefully the coloring is going to cover it up. And I'm looking for a sharpener. Oh well, I have one here, I just don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and just start drawing the picture. So you'll have to entertain yourselves in chat. If you have any questions or anything, put them in caps so I know you're talking to me. Because when I'm drawing, I can't watch chat, right? And I'm drawing real lightly. And because this paper is sanded, you guys, I know it's going to chew up the pencils. I mean, it's going to absolutely gnaw these pencils up because it does feel like very fine grit sandpaper. And this shouldn't take too long, I hope. It's better than me drawing from scratch, I promise you that. I draw really slow because I have to think. Right now, I don't have to think. And I'm happy that I'm using my light table, finally. And I don't remember what I paid for this on Amazon Prime Days, but I think it was about 20 bucks is all. Does your light box have different intensities of light? No, when you turn it on, it is what it is. It's LED, which is one of the reasons I got it. I have another light table that uses regular lights, like ultraviolet bulbs, and I don't like it. It's called a Slim LED Tracing Light Box, ME, and it's called a Tracer LED Adjustable Illuminated Tracer. Maybe it is adjustable. I don't know. You obviously can tell I don't know much about it. But it's 9 by 12 in size, and it was part of Amazon Prime Days or whatever. Remember when they had those, and every hour they put some cool product up for cheap? Yeah, that was a dangerous thing that day. But really, the only thing, I think I bought two things. I bought this and something else, but I don't remember what I bought. But it was, compared to what the normal price was, it was uber cheap. So I felt like I got a really good deal on it. And I think Colleen bought one as well, but I think she got a different kind. She might have bought one step up from this. But I knew how I was going to use it, and so to me, just a basic light table with LED lights was all I needed or wanted. And 9 by 12 was more than adequate size. And honestly, guys, I don't feel like tracing is cheating. I really don't. I think anytime you put a pencil in your hand and make the strokes, it helps you in your overall ability. I really do. And I don't think that's justification. I mean, the really great artists have all traced, so. And of course, I haven't used this paper to know if you can erase on it or whatever. That I don't know. I suspect you can if you want to eat up an eraser, because I can tell it's chewing up this pencil pretty good, and that's okay. If the blending powder works on it, I won't care, right? And honestly, Lacquey Fine Arts. She uses this blending powder, and I think she is where I learned about the blending powder. I had seen it on YouTube a couple different times. And I just thought, oh, I gotta have that. That looks so cool. Well, that's what gets me in trouble every time. Eileen, have you ever even gotten your blending powder out of its pouch yet? Have you even tried it? I tried it on stream a couple times, just on regular paper. And all I said was I was not overly impressed. But then when I researched further and found out that it is for use with specific papers, it's definitely not your everyday supply. And of course, Lisa Lacquey sells her art. She's just an amazing artist, in my opinion. I love her. And because I want to be just like her when I grow up, of course, I have to have what she has. And I'll put it in my Walmart cart when we take them to the poorhouse, because that's where Eileen and I are going together. Gonna turn our Walmart carts into a train and hitchhike over to the poorhouse. All right, I'm gonna look at chat real quick. No, of course not. Eileen's light boxes tape it to a window. Oh, and somebody asked how thick it is. Oh my gosh, it's less than 1/4 inch, Piccola. It's, can you see that? It's, yeah. Let me see if I can measure it. But it is thin, thin, thin. Like my hand is not. It's, oh, it's not even 1/4 of an inch. It's probably 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch thick is what it is. Her name is Lisa Lacquey, and I may not be pronouncing her last name. It might be Lacquey, Lachri, and she does the most beautiful original artwork. She paints. She does watercolor. She's not a huge watercolorist, but her colored pencil work is absolutely flawless. I mean, her background, she does a lot of her backgrounds with airbrush. I've got to get a sharpener because I'm chewing this pencil up. And I know there's one right here. Here it is. It's below the rubber bands. This is one drawer I did not organize. What the heck? This drawer I'm actually a little afraid of. Yeah, I love Lisa Lacquey. Yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed if you go watch her on YouTube. You will definitely learn something. She's real down to earth. And she makes her living doing art. And I like to support anybody who, one, has the ability to do that, the talent, has put in the time, whatever it takes. And I agree with Dee Dee. It's putting in the time. But she's done it since she was very young. So yeah, I admire that in her. So I support her all I can. But you'll learn something from her for sure. And she streams Wednesday nights. I haven't been able to attend her stream for a while. I'm sure it's Wednesday night. But yeah, if you go to any of her website, her YouTube, whatever, I'm sure she has it listed there. And I did not mean for this to turn into a Lisa commercial, but I don't mind doing that because she is a amazing artist. and I wouldn't mind being able to draw. And she has the patience of freaking Job. I swear to God, she can do layer after layer after layer until she gets it just exactly like she likes it or wants it. But she sells her art too. And then, of course, tries to make a living through art sales and YouTube and whatever else. And I hope she's making a good living. Isn't that what we'd all love to do, right? So yay her for actually doing it. Okay, so Pat's a founder and she's a fan too. You know, I don't have enough time probably left in my life actually to get her knowledge. There just isn't enough hours in the day to acquire that, but I sure enjoy watching her. I'm going to move this, make it easier for me. Can you guys hear the pencil scratching on the paper? And I think oh, I'm off camera. Sorry, you guys. That's just ridiculous when I do that. There's something up here that I'm not sure. Wonder what that is. And I have the original art taped to this paper, so that's why I could lift it up and move it. Dee Dee, if you're watching the recording, I loved your show this morning. She colored a page out of I never could understand, was that Japanese, Korean coloring book, but it was a guy with really long flowy hair. It was very cool. And cherry blossoms that were awesome. And I'm just going to say this. I'm glad she didn't add glitter or blood or fangs. Most everybody who's here in chat was at Dee Dee's this morning. Oh, I know what I'm seeing. I kept seeing those zeros and thinking, is that something I need to draw? Well, what it is the back of the paper has 600 on it for the grit. So there you go. So you guys, I'm just playing with this product because I bought it. I'm not recommending that you go buy it. Eileen and I are just crazy that way. If something new comes out, of course, we have to have it. But I don't think it's going to make your art any better. One thing Lisa says about this product, the blending powder that I'm talking about, is it enables you, because in the kit you also get a textured fixative and a workable or a final fixative. So this is what you would call the workable fixative, that if you get to a point where your paper won't accept any more layers of colored pencil, you can give it a squirt of this and keep adding layers. So, and it doesn't change your colors or anything. So that's one of the nice things about this product. And when I start doing fine art, you guys will be the first to know, because I'm going to want you to buy it. Hell, I got to quit playing in the Beast long enough to actually create some original art, right? Oh, which reminds me. I'm sorry, Galena. I went and got it and then forgot again. Galena wanted me to show my Beast, my Miguel Ruiz book. So I'm almost done with this drawing. Galena, I'll show it then. We'll just jump from one thing to another. What the heck? And I hope I'm not sorry that I chose this blue. When I did printing, I used non-photo blue pencils all the time for obvious reason. But this, I'm hoping I can just blend it into the colors that I'll be using. Alright, and 2 little lines left, and I think I've got it all. Let me look, let me look, let me look. I think we got it all. Alright, we can turn off the light table. And there's the drawing, and it's a little dark. But I wanted you guys, oh, and then I turned it back on. Yeah, I wanted you guys to be able to see it. So there's the copy of the line art. I'll just keep it in the book so I don't have to copy it later if I ever wanted to recreate this. And there's my line art on my grit paper. Now we're going to color. You love rabbit trails? You better around here, boy. Alright. Oh my gosh. Monkey. I almost turned it back on again. Alright. Now, because I have limited plugs here, I'm going to unplug that and plug my other thing back in. Alright. Done with Dust Light Table. I have to say that was the first time I've used it. And so far, I'm very happy with it. Oh, you give it a spray, not a squirt. Eileen is all over me about my my words. Like, I say that I blow the picture. She says, no, you dry the picture. I squirt this stuff, but I spray this stuff. Whew, it's hard keeping up with her. I swear to God. She's probably right, though. All right. Just quickly, let me show Galena. I don't know if she's waiting to do something or what. Can I put a piece of watercolor on the light table, please? A piece of watercolor. I don't think I have any watercolor, Piccola. I don't know. I don't remember your real name. Put a piece of watercolor. Do you mean watercolor paper? Is that what you're talking about? Put a piece of watercolor paper? Can you put watercolor on the light table? Oh, you mean as far as, yeah, I think you could watercolor on top of it. It would take, yeah, the surface, yeah, you don't, I would maybe tape over where the plug goes in, I mean, but you're not going to have that much water. But I can't see why you couldn't put watercolor paper on it. You want to see how you can see through the watercolor paper. All right, let me get a couple different grades of watercolor paper and see how that works with the light box. I moved all my papers around too, you guys, so bear with me while I figure out what the heck I'm doing here. Okay, I've got 140-pound watercolor paper, cold press. I've got 80-pound, and then I think I had like a 68-pound or something. Yeah, that's, most of it's all 140-pound. Got 110-pound. No, that's acrylic, never mind. Okay, here's, nope, that's 90-pound too. Alright, well, you're going to have to just, we'll have to see with, and these are both products that are readily available, so let's just see how they're going to work. Back at the boat, we're going to answer their questions while we're doing it, because I know me, and if I don't do it right now, I won't remember. Because I'm lame-brained that way. All right, here we go. First one we're going to test is cat hair. How about some cat hair? Anybody want some cat hair? It's just Strathmore watercolor. You can buy this anywhere. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any of them. Comes in a nice block. Hang on. I got to get a sheet off. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that because it is like a block. So, and I can't see with or without these damn glasses. I got to turn that off because it's in my eyes right now. Jean uses watercolor paper. Yeah, see, it seems to me as though Jean does too. Well, this is just a real pain in the neck getting this off. All right, there, I've got a sheet or two started. There we go. Whew, that was hard. And I'm not sure, and I want to be accurate. I'm not sure if that's one or two pieces. I think it's two. Where is that Jean? She was excited that I was filling in for Joycey, and now she's nowhere to be found. I'm going to get a different. Erase that Strathmore watercolor. I'm going to get out a different one that's not all padded on all sides. I have plenty. No worries about that. It's the 90-pound. Here's. Alright, that is not readily available, but 140 pounds should be 140 pounds, right? Alright, here's more Strathmore watercolor paper, so, and I'm not going to tear this one out. I'll just put it on the light board. Here's the design. Jeez, nothing is being easy right now. Just saying, you guys. Oh, that's making funky things on the... Look at how the light is moving. No, I don't think this is the light box that Jean has. I don't think it is. Oh, yeah. The 140 pound? That's awesome. Not a problem at all. Now, the acrylic, I'm not sure about. I'll just put the acrylic paper on it now. You've got me curious. This is a brand that Walmart sold. Daler-Rowney acrylic paper. And it's got a nice linen type texture to it. Yep, it works great too. Will the light penetrate watercolor paper? Yeah, that's what we're just looking at, Prisma. It works awesome. So, and the acrylic is also, that's 110 pound. So I don't even have to test the Canson lighter weight watercolor paper. It's going to work awesome too, but I got it out, so let's just look at it. Now this has got a lot of texture to it, a lot. But I know it's going to work great. So no problem there, you guys. Yes, Natalie. I put the 140 pound paper on it and it worked awesome. So, yeah, no problems there. It'll work great. And it's a whole hell of a lot more comfortable than taping it to the window, Eileen. Just saying. Just saying. All right, any more questions about the light box? I'm pretty happy with my purchase, honestly, because I felt one, like I got a really good deal. I think I gave around 20 bucks for it, you guys. The model number, I can give you the model number. I'm not crazy about getting tape residue on it, but oh well. I can clean that off later before I put it away. And it's real lightweight, real portable, so you could even sit with it in your lap. And because it's LED, it should not get hot. All right, let's see. The model number is, I guess it's 456. ME 456. I don't know if somebody found it on Amazon yet or not. It says no shadow, no glare, protects your eyes. Dimmable touch button helps to achieve the ideal light level. I haven't messed with that yet, so I don't know anything about it. Easy carrying, super thin, super convenient masterpiece design. Energy efficient, super bright, flicker-free LED lamps last up to 50,000 hours. So, yeah, that's what it is. ME 456, I guess. And I think I honestly think I gave right around 20 bucks. Yep, ME 456, I guess. And the only thing it comes with is the light box and the cords. Hi, CB. CB, we're working with the blending powder today. And I know I said I was going to send you some paper, but I didn't want to send it until I knew if it worked. So, but I got something else here for you anyway, so. Yeah, if this works good, that's what I'm going to do. I went ahead, what you missed, CB, is I traced off a real quick design so I can use the colored pencils on it. And I'm working on the 600 grade UR premium sanded paper, pastel paper. And this is what I think Lisa LaCree recommended. But I mean, I checked into papers because when I started looking at them, they were all very, very pricey. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to, you hit the buy button. Yay, Eileen. I don't think you're going to be sorry if you want to, like, trace stuff like that. I don't think you will at all. I'm going to try and make it work, CB. I feel like we've got too much invested not to make this work. Okay, and before I start coloring, I want to show, Galena asked, apparently she got one of these McGill Ruiz journals that I use all the time. I call it my beast, and it's really like a everything in one place book. It's a calendar, it's a bullet journal, it's a gratitude journal, it's art, it's whatever you want it to be, right? And she asked if I did anything to stiffen this cover, and I said no. I jump in with both feet, and the first thing I do is draw my calendar and start working in it. But to protect the cover, because if you don't, I mean, I suppose you could put something in there to stiffen it if you wanted it. It's only 24 bucks. Well, I may have paid less than that then. This is the cover I put over my McGill Ruiz Galena. It's a chic sparrow. I think A5 size, B6. I don't know. I have to, if you really are interested, I'll look it up for you. It's a really nice leather. It's just awesome. And I know I paid $69 for this. But honestly, this bad boy is going to last me forever. I almost bought another one the other day because Brenda showed one. She put a picture up of a turquoise one that she got from a different company. And it was gorgeous. It had the brands in it and everything. And those of you guys who come often, I show this periodically. I love these leather covers. This one is so yummy. It's so beautiful. It's A5 size. Thank you, Karen. But no, I don't do anything to stiffen the cover of the McGill Ruiz. And you don't have to have the leather cover, but it does protect the book inside. And I'm just a traveler's notebook freak, so if there's one out there, I have to have it. So, oh, hi, Kathy. I used a light table to do this drawing because I want to use the colored pencil powder blender that a lot of the professional artists are just, it's been out for a long time, but Eileen and I bought some. We've never used it. Um, yeah, they are kind of expensive, Galena, but I would just save up $5 a month or whatever until I could afford it, because honestly, just smelling it, and every time, it's got dings and scratches and probably some food there. Um, you'd never be sorry. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. So, yeah, that's the beast and that's the cover. And I don't know if the prices have changed. What have I got in here? Oh, I showed you guys before. So, yep, that's the beast and that's how I protect it. The colored stripes in the beast. Oh, for the days you mean, like the headers up here? That is, this month I've done it a little bit different. That is a layer of Neo Color 2, and then I darken the edges with my pencils. But yeah, that's just Neo Color 2. But you could use, like when I was at the hospital and I didn't have my Neo Color 2s, when was that? July? In July, this brown, that's just like a rose art colored pencil thing that you get for kids. It has like 12 colors in it. I just went and bought one of those. It was like $1, and yeah. So just any kind of whatever you want. But yeah, I just use inexpensive watercolors if I want. So I guess the way we're going to start here, let me move these out. And if you're coming in late, we're testing out the brush and pencil colored pencil painting kit. Okay. And it came with 2 different fixatives, a textured fixative, a final fixative, the colored pencil powder blender, the colored pencil titanium white, and I've not used this too much either, and then colored pencil touch-up texture. So if you have just an area where you want to add more pencil, your paper's saturated and you have to add just a little bit more, you can use this. I need to go back and watch Lisa use this because she used this a lot. So, and then I think it says 6 items. So the 6th item must be the really cool little tote that you get to put it all in, which is entirely why Eileen and I ordered it. I'm sure of it. And CB too. I have to include CB because she got sucked in with us too. Obviously, kill the gnat. I swear to God, you bring home gnats with Walmart bananas. It didn't leave guts on the picture, so we're lucky, right? God, there's something wrong with me. And I think, I don't remember, how did I put this on before? Lisa uses a paintbrush to do the blending powder. Did it come with the mixing tools, Eileen? If it did, I've moved them out of there. So let me look in my pan pastel box and see if I put some in there. But you could probably use anything. You could use the soft tools. That may be what I end up using, is the soft tools that come with the pan pastels. Yeah, I'll just take them out. All right, we got tools now. We're good to go. We just need to pick out some colors. Dead gnat, good gnat. There you go, CB. I agree. But I really believe that you bring the gnats home with Walmart bananas. The only time I ever have them is when I buy bananas at Walmart. Okay, I'm going to pick out, and I want to use some of each. I want to use the Prismacolor pencils and the Polychromos. So I'm going to do the tips of those in yellow. I think these are flowers. I don't think they're leaves, so maybe they are leaves. They are leaves. We're going to do green too then. I'm safe. They don't ship to Canada. But, Kathy, You have friends in the United States who do ship to Canada. Just saying. Don't want to burst your little bubble there, but yeah, you know people. All right, here, we'll do these in polys. Okay, the color of the flowers will be in that, and this will be the polys. And I'm not familiar enough with the poly colors, and I haven't finished swatching them. I think I want them the brighter greens rather than the olive greens. That's what I'm thinking. But because we're using blending powder, if we don't like our colors, we can go back and add more colors as we want, right? Because we're lucky that way. And then with the orange, I'm going to add a little bit of pink, much to Eileen's dismay, but we're going to do it that way. The flowers will be in polys, or prismas. The leaves will be in polys. So, and I don't know about putting water-soluble products on the sanded paper. I really don't. I maybe just as a experiment, I'll do it later in the corner, right? So you just moved from Cambridge. So are you pretty well settled in now? And I almost wish we're gonna try an eraser on this real quick, because I almost wish now. Yeah, I'm gonna lighten that up a little bit. Maybe I should do it in purple rather than yellow. I think I will. I'm changing my mind. We're gonna do the flowers in purple, because I've got the blue pencil on there and I don't want to have to erase it. So yeah, we'll do this. And they're all Prisma, so that'll work. Oh my gosh, what are you linking now, you guys? I'm gonna move the trash over. All right, we're doing purple. Is that pissy purple, Eileen? I'm just sharpening these real quick. Oh, it's a light box for Cass. Cass doesn't need a light box. She's amazing. But for a quick drawing like this, yeah, I love that light box now. It's going to be my new favorite tool. And I'm just doing the base with the lightest color. I'll try and obliterate that blue as much as I can. It doesn't bother me, however. Yeah, she can draw all on her own. She's an amazing artist, too. For those of you who don't know who we're talking about, in chat, she comes in as Cass. Her name is Kathy Arbor. Kathy with a K. Arbor, A-R-B-O-U-R. She does have a YouTube channel. And again, Kathy is another one. If you watch her shows or go to a show, you never leave there without having learned something. And she uses, oh my gosh, every product known to man. I think the thing you do that amazes me the most, or that I'm enthralled with, Kathy, is when you use the pan pastels and you do faces with the pan pastels. Oh, I want to be able to do that so much. And I did buy a few more of the pan pastels, but not the whole set, okay, before Eileen starts going cuckoo. I did not buy the whole set yet. And now that I bought the polys, I'm not, it will maybe for Christmas. Or wait, I have a birthday coming up. Can see the yellow a little bit there, but I might add yellow in there just for the fun of it. Hi, Amy. Anybody else who's come in? Judy Patootie. All right, we're going to go ahead and start adding a little bit more color. This purple, the Prismacolor Parma, or this is lilac. What did I do with the Parma? Because that Parma is probably my favorite color purple.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device. An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
I've come up with a new tactic, you guys, for those unknown numbers. Hang on just a second. They haven't hung up yet. I'm leaving the center a little lighter. Okay, so my new tactic for unknown calls is I go ahead and answer the call, but I don't say anything. So they sit there forever waiting for you to answer and say something, and I just don't ever say anything. Because I figure I don't really want to talk to them, but I'm trying to save the next guy from getting the call. So annoying. Those calls annoy me like you would not believe. So, yeah, that's what I do now. I answer them, but I don't say anything. I'm a pain in the neck, huh? All right, I'm getting so excited. I'm going to try the powder before I even get very much done, just because I'm really, really curious. I'll hold it up so you can see it in just a second when I get like 3 different colors on, 3 layers on. Maybe the darkest one, I don't know, we'll see. Am I on screen? I hope you guys. Yeah, this is one. All right, we'll do a little bit of the dark. Got 3 calls in 4 minutes from a block number. They didn't take the hint. Yeah. Oh, those, I don't know. I'm on every do not call list that you can get on. I really don't know what else to do about them. And this particular call, I know what it is because Robert got the same call last night. We were up in Joplin, actually standing outside of Joann's. I had just been in Joann's, and they had this really cool 4-wheeler giveaway. And Robert stood outside, and when I went out, he was filling out an entry blank to win this damn 4-wheeler. And so I went ahead and did it too. Well, one of the things they asked for was your phone number and your email address. I wouldn't give them my email address. But a phone number was mandatory so they could notify you in case you won, right? Oh boy. And I knew better. I knew better, you guys. Sometimes I don't listen to my good sense. But I knew better than to put my phone number on there or to even enter. You're not going to win. Now they've started calling. Wham, wham, wham. All right, so you can see how rough the coloring is. I've done all 3 colors. Now I'm going to try, and I'll try and hold it still so you can kind of see how rough my coloring is. And you have to remember, this is like real, I'm coloring on real fine sandpaper, right? So let's get a tool out. And I decided I'm going to use something like a makeup brush. I like these that have the little bit longer handle because my hands don't cramp up when I use them. So that's what I'm going to use to go. And it's pretty, yeah, it's wobbly. I might have to get something that's a little bit stiffer, but we'll find out. All right. And then ooh, man, that powder is, this is going to be another magical deal, isn't it, where I end up with this crap everywhere. I'm going to try and get it back in its little holes. Okay. And according to Lisa, and I wish I'd had time to watch one of her videos before I did this, because this is not a good instruction manual, you guys. Go watch Lisa. She knows what she's doing. I don't. All right, I've got a little bit of powder here. I'm going to go ahead and just try blending and see what it does. And I'm going to have to get a stiffer tool. I can tell already. It's just not going to hold up. What else do I have here? This, I'll just have to keep the blue off it. And this is just another tool I got. I use it for the pan pastels. But that blue is not transferring, so no worries there. But this side is totally clean, so I'll use that side. All right, now I got a little bit of powder on there. All right. I'm checking to see how it's working. I might want to bring this back down so you guys can see if it's working. All right. When I go to color some more, I'll move it back out. Okay, this is with the Prismacolors. Gosh, you guys, I can't tell. I can't see that the blending is going on hardly at all. Maybe I need more color. Maybe a little bit. Don't use your magical brush or you'll cry. No, I'm not using my magical brush. I'm going to add a little bit more of the lightest, very lightest. It is blending. I will say that. And this is kind of how she works with it, is she puts some color down, blends. But she says like a little bit of this powder goes a long way, and I have to agree. It is working better on this paper. It really is. Is it working better than if I just took the time to blend with my pencils? That I cannot say, you guys. I really can't say that. But I can see it moving the pencil around. But I'm wondering if I did the same thing. And it's got some powder residue. Can you guys see that at all? That compared to that, how it's kind of pushed it down into the grit. I'll try and get a little closer for you. Can you see that? So yeah, it's working. I think you could do the same thing with less effort. And of course, I'm brand new at this, so don't use me as an example. This was just something to fill in the time, since I had to fill in for Joycey or Eileen was going to wet herself. Now that one worked better. I don't know why. Can you see the difference? I'll give it a minute. Come on, focus, focus, will you? See, that's what I think too. Odorless mineral spirits is a lot cheaper, and I'm not sure that I'm getting such a different effect. But now, if I was a fine artist and had to do, okay, now I can kind of see it moving now. Where maybe 20, 30 layers to get the effect I wanted on here. I can kind of see that, because Lisa, honestly, she'll take days and days and days for one piece of art. I'm not there yet. I still have too much to learn for that, right? We're going to do the green though too. This was the Prismacolor. Now, one thing is she has, I think Lisa has almost quit using Prismacolor completely, partly because of their quality issues, but she likes the harder lead now of the polys, and I have to say, I do too. Yeah, it's getting down in. I don't know why these last few are working better. Maybe because I have more powder on my tool here. I don't know. I'm going to put some more color down on this first one. And she applies this with a small little paintbrush, I think, where she actually really is painting the picture. And when you see her art, you'll see why I rave about her, because it's amazing. But yeah, I can see a difference. It definitely is working. I'm just going to blow the excess powder off. Now, I've kind of smudged there at the edge, and I don't like that, so I'm going to see how well it erases now. And if I just made the smudge a little bit bigger, I'd be really mad at myself. But because it is powder, well, and this is true of all colored pencil, you guys. If it's a piece of art that you really care about, use a brush. Don't brush it off with your hands. Use a brush and clean it off. Yeah, Prismacolor blending pencils work as well. Yes, they do. The thing about them, Dorothy, is they just put another layer of wax on your art. And so at some point, if you use that blending pencil, your wax buildup is so great that you're done layering. Like, you're not going to get another layer on there. Where with Gamsol or one of those other products, that's not the case. You know, you're actually lifting the binder off. But that's the problem with the for a coloring book page or something like that. I would say definitely use the less expensive products. Like the blending pencil, I wouldn't use the blending powder in a coloring book. I mean, that's just wasteful. But yeah, that's the problem with them, and why most fine artists won't use the blending pencils is because of the wax buildup, and then you get bloom, and then blah, 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 you know. And you will get bloom no matter what. Now on this, with the sanded paper, I don't think I'm going to get any bloom at all. None. Use a cat's tail. Sweeps it off nice. Yeah, no lie. Roxy would love to be up here right now. I'm going to, on a separate piece of paper, I'm going to see if this is really, I'm not used to these polys, so I'm going to test the color before I put it down. That's the thing. When you get a new product, the learning curve, see, that might be just more green than I want. Let's see what we got here. I might have to get out my big set. I might have to get out the big guns. That's too olive. This is, let's see, dark phthalo. Oh, that's a pretty green. We're definitely using that. Maybe this is the green I want. All right, we'll use that one. That's fine. And I didn't get out the medium one between, but I don't have one in my extras, so we're just going to go with what we've got and not worry about it. How about that? All right, that's what we're doing. Well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I do want a medium green. I do. And I'm coloring a little bit different than I normally would because I want to see how the blending powder works. I wouldn't normally color blocks like that, okay? I'm just putting color down because I'm going to try and let the powder do what it does. Otherwise, I'd be a whole hell of a lot more careful than I'm being. All right. Let's see how the purple wipes off. Actually, it looks like these wipe off. Oh, cat hair. Oh my God, cat hair is going to push me over the edge. I swear to God. I'm already close to the edge. Use a Q-tip. I could do that. All right, for this one, we'll use a Q-tip. And actually, I have some Q-tip that come to a point. They're not just the cotton swab. They actually do have somewhat of a tip. I've got two different kinds of them. We will use a Q-tip. I think you can get these at Walmart where they come to a point like that, and then if you have a bigger area, you can do those. All right, here we go. Don't sneeze when you have your blending powder open, right? That's rule number 1. Oh, I can see why she likes the Polychromos. Oh my gosh. These are blending so much better. Why is that? Is it the oil? Can you see that? Like it started out real blocky like that, and then when I got done with the powder, look how well that blends. I see now. It did not do that so much with the Prismacolor, but with the polys, it definitely is. I'm going to try that other tool because I have a little bit more control with it. All right, look at this before. Here's the and all it is, I just got color on the paper, right? Yep. Wow, what a difference. Now, I would not have guessed that, you guys, that the colored pencil would make a big difference but like that. But wait until I'm done, you'll see. And keep in mind, this is just 2 colors that I'm blending. Yep, the polys made a big difference. So, Eileen, I hate to tell you this, but CB and I both have the polys now. Yeah, to use your blending powder, you may have to go out and get the polys. Sorry, just saying. I didn't even have that out of my mouth when you said that, Eileen. She's saying she doesn't need the polys. And I didn't think I did either. And I didn't. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not need the polys. I did not. They were a totally indulge Merle purchase. That's all that was. The Prismacolors work awesome for everything I'm ever going to do. So, there you go. But look at how blocky and icky that color is. Look how nice it blends out. So, yep. Well, at least I'm glad I found a combination that works now. I don't feel so bad about my purchase. And it is leaving somewhat the color where I want it. I'm not sure I would go to this trouble unless I was going to hang this on the wall, frankly. But who knows? It might come out so gorgeous at the end of the day that I will hang it on the wall. But yeah, it's blending beautifully. And I think the amount of powder you get on the on the, oh, on top of the pigment itself makes a difference. You don't need a whole lot. You really don't. Okay, now I'm going to put the darkest color down and blend it all out. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Which one did I say was the darkest? Boy, they're so close. The chrome oxide green, fiery, and the dark phthalo green are pretty darn close. And I'm just coloring them off. The chrome oxide green is a little bit lighter. And I don't notice so much the paper taking off too much of the pigment. You know, it's definitely going to use more than a regular smooth sheet would, for sure. I don't remember which way that one went. I'm going to make it go whatever way I want it to go. How about that? Well, this was a good experiment. I'm glad I thought of this, because now I feel like I really am going to use this product, Eileen. I really will. I think I will. Of course, keep in mind, too, you have to use this sandpaper, so it's look at the difference in the shades. Like, there's a bright white, and it's definitely a tan tone. Didn't Lisa say you have to fix it before you can put another layer on and use the powder again? I think when you've got a lot of layers, Kathy, but I'm not sure that that's true when you're building up the layers. And I could be absolutely wrong, but I know that at some point your substrate gets saturated, right, with the binder, I think is really what it is. But, you know, maybe I need to go look some more, Kathy, because you could be very right, but I don't see that it's affecting the ability to, one, add more pigment, or two, to blend it. Now, this darker color is definitely going to be a good test, because now I'll be able to see better the darker color blending. But I think when she does that, when she adds the fix, Kathy, I think it's when she just feels like the substrate won't take any more of the pigment. You're keeping your Gamsol in your, well, you may be smart, Eileen. You may be very smart. But I have to say, if you're building up fine, now, Kathy, this is working fine. If you're building up real fine layers like Lisa does, and I mean, she builds up layer after layer after layer of color. Of course, I'm not going to be able to get this as fine as that is, but I don't know, Kathy. I'm going to have to go watch. I love watching her videos anyway, so I can watch them all like 100 times, so it doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I have to say I am liking it, and it does. You can get a much finer transition, Eileen, with this method than you can with the Gamsol. Or I use odorless mineral spirits, you guys. I don't. Gamsol is just a name brand that you pay extra for, in my humble opinion. But now you've got me wondering, Kathy. It is, Bojo, hi by the way, it is sanded paper, pastel paper. And I'm testing the pencil and brush. I don't want to turn this over because it's got powder in it. Well, who cares? Brush and pencil. Colored pencil powder blender. I've had it forever and have not used it, so I thought, well, today I'm using it. That's that. I'm using it. And I have to say, it is far more painterly than when you use the Gamsol. And well, let me finish this and then I'll hold it up again. But you definitely get a more painterly kind of effect, for sure. And now that I've got adequate powder on it, I'm liking this tool. And I'm really liking the way it's moving. But honestly, you'd think I'm some kind of fine freaking artist. I'm not. I'm just a goofball who likes to color. But I think it also lets you, like, if you need to go back and correct something, it makes it really easy to do that. And just like with anything else, I think I've got a learning curve here. But I think I'm going to enjoy doing it. Because so far I like this. It's much more painterly than I would normally do. And I know this isn't for everybody, but yeah, just for something different. And since I already spent the money, probably needs to go to a Kathy or somebody who has better technique than me, then for sure. I think she said the previous layer will still move with the new layer when you try to mix. Well, see, Kathy, the previous layer is moving a little bit, but that's what I was doing as far as blending them together. Now I could go ahead and fix it and get like a brand new substrate. Yeah, I think you're right there for sure. But I'm blending the three colors that I've got down, and I'm going to hold this up. I'm going to brush it off and hold it up now. So you can kind of see how it does blend together. It's more painterly. But yeah, I think you're right there, Kathy, that the previous layer does move. So when you want to set your underneath layers, that you go ahead and spray it or use that little bottle of stuff. Let me put on the darkest one now, and I said that was what. And I may end up getting even a darker one. And this may not be how she intends for you to use it anyway, but yeah, I wanted the colors to blend. And then you could go back at the very end and add your detail, like if you need a highlight or a crisp line or something like that. Add it at the very, very end, much like Dee Dee does her wisps of hair and stuff like that. Crisping up the edges, really. And I probably will go back in and add some yellow. I'd like some yellow in these leaves. So if you guys hadn't trigger-headed me, I have no clue what I would have been doing today. I was going to try, I art on the couch a lot. I was going to try and go clean that mess up today is what I was going to do. So I guess it's going to stay a mess for another day. Oh well. And then I think tomorrow I'm going to go in to Joplin with Robert and just hang out with Ratatouille for the day. That's got to be so boring for him. So it's getting a little dimension now. And I'm barely pushing with this tool, you guys. I mean, the powder, there's enough left on the sheet itself and the tool that it is really blending these colors nicely. And I could see how if you were going to do a portrait or something where you wanted just the nicest transition from skin tone to shadow, that this would be awesome. For real. And I think I'm going to just do another test. I like that you can go back and add more pigment. Yeah, I like this. Because this would be just like the base. Now you would just keep building up and building up, right? If you really want it to have lots of nice dimension. And I'm getting less afraid, so I can move a little quicker now because I kind of know what to expect. And I'm going to add, let's see, the green is Polychromo. I'm trying to, and I'm going to do some more Prismacolor too. But the polys definitely behave better than the Prismacolor, I have to say. And I'm not saying that just to justify my purchase, you guys. I had no idea when I did that. See, when you add just another color, it just adds more dimension. I like it. And because I introduced that yellow, I can definitely see how it's going to shade. What does it mean when you crave Chinese food? I have lately wanted Chinese food. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm reading chat. It means you're hungry. You're pregnant with a Chinese baby. No way, you guys. There's zero chance of that. Zero. Now, another thing I want to try, because what I do if I'm coloring like that and I want a nice crisp edge, and I'll just do it with the Crayolas because they're right here. I use a harder lead pencil, like I was telling you the other day. Oh, that's a nice dark green. I'll use either the Verithin or Crayolas. for a nice crisp edge, I need the violet. What's that? That's orchid. That's a pretty color. We're going to use Crayolas in with our expensive ones. Let's see. Here's the violet. All right, we got us nice hard lead pencils. And this is just an experiment, so a baby or a Chinese one. OMG. You guys. See where I just wanted to crisp up that edge a little bit? A nice hard lead is awesome for that. Now, I'm going to, before I start adding it all over the place, I'm going to clean off my little tool here. And I guess on something like that, where I want to get into a real small area, I probably could get a brand new tortillon out and try it. But I'm just going to go ahead and keep using this. Just curious about the hard lead crayon. It blends a little bit. Yeah, it's not bad. And I cleaned the green off to do the purple. So, did I get a green out? Yes, I did. So this is what I would do is if I wanted this edge cleaned up, because it's going to be hard to get a nice crisp edge on this paper, unless I really, really put a point on those, I would use the hard lead, more inexpensive paper is what I would do. Alright, I'm going to move on to some different flowers and do the Prismacolor again. And I'm not real sure what I would do with the background of this paper, right? Because it's sandpaper and it's tan. Yeah, I'm not sure what I would do. I'm sure you could probably paint it with acrylic or just Lisa does hers. Well, she'll airbrush hers or do the entire background color. I mean, she'll work days on a painting or a drawing. Yeah, those hard leads work just fine too. Well, cool. Coolio. And you shouldn't blow on it because invariably you know what's going to happen. At some point you're going to spit. You know you're going to. Kathy, I got, after watching Lisa and reading more about the that blending powder, I ended up going ahead and getting the 600 grade UArt premium sanded pastel paper. But I honestly think you could do anything on it. I think it would take any product you want to throw at it. I'm pretty certain. Alright, I'm going to try the Prismacolors again. I'm going to give it one more shot, but so far my verdict is, and I haven't blended these down here at all, so far my verdict is the polys work a lot better. And if I was going to be serious about this, I would probably get different tools. But this is working fine. It cleans off fine. Maybe just to try, I should get out those soft tools. For those of you that aren't familiar with pan pastels, they sell a product for use with the pan pastels called Soft. I don't have a package here, so I can't. But they're real rubbery, and they come in a number of different shapes. So yeah, I think maybe the soft tools would work. It works awesome with watercolors. Well, there you go. That paper, she said, works awesome with watercolors. So there you go. Learn something new every day. This is the very first time I've ever used it, Kathy. I bought it for using with this blending powder, because when we did the experiment before, yeah, the powder did not work well on regular paper, and so I had gessoed some paper and sanded it myself, and yeah, it was a total bust. But yeah, this is working just fine now. And I'm trying to press the color down into the grit of the paper a little bit. I just said don't blow on the paper, and then I did. I'm back to Polychromos again. So, Kathy, are you taking a class or are you teaching a class? You're probably taking a class in watercolor, I'm guessing. And I'm just wiping this tool off on a paper towel that's sitting over here. Going back and forth. When I see something that needs fixing, I fix it. Oh, you're taking a class from Tanya Sells. Oh, lucky you. So you're kind of getting back into your old normal routine. That's good. It's really hard to get a nice smooth color on this paper, you guys. You know, like look how rough it is. So, but that up there, that purple, that's where I've kind of blended it. But that's the Prismacolor, and it's not blending as nicely as the polys are. I'm just saying, Eileen, I hate to say that, but there's some cat hair. Damn bald cat. Yeah, this is nice. This is way nice. I'll hold it up so you can see it. Can you see the transition of the color in that green? How gradual and pretty it is with little or no effort. So that's one thing I would say for sure, is with little or no effort, that transition from the real light green to the next color green is awesome. So I like that. And I probably need more pigment down here. So, well, Kathy, I'm eager for you to get settled, and hopefully you'll come back to streaming. Because I used to so look forward to Tuesday evenings with Kathy. I wish Paula would see her way fit to stream occasionally too. I very miss Paula. And so you're probably asking at this point, if I ever finish this drawing, which may take a lifetime, would I buy more of the powder? Jury's still out. I'm going to have to be a whole lot better than I am right now before I would say yes. But after using it on this paper, yes, I do like it. It's a mixed media class using watercolor, pastels, and colored pencils. Oh, yay. You have lots of ideas in your head? Yeah. So, yeah. So, go take classes so you can come and entertain us. How about that? How blatant is that, Kathy? No, I think we've all missed you horribly. And I've got the camera right down on this page, you guys. Right down on it. I mean, honestly, my camera isn't 6 inches from the paper. Might have overdone it. There you go. It is nice though. It's working good. I've got quite a learning curve here, but it'll be fun learning it. How to keep the lights where you want them. Now, if I wanted to go back, and this is what Kathy was talking about earlier, okay? Now I've done this, and I've got a base coat on, and I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I wanted to go back and add some light color, or add something on top that I didn't want to mix with this, because if I added a lighter color at this point, it probably wouldn't do me a whole lot of good. But I can spray it with that workable fixative or that texture fixative, whatever it's called, and it would be like starting all over. I could add yellow right back on and get the yellow as bright as that. And so that's an advantage. But that's more going to be because of the fixative, not because of the blending powder. The blending powder is just being able to blend, right? But the crazy thing is, with this grit paper, Kathy, honestly, I think I could add 100 layers of color on this. I mean, I'm really shocked at how much pigment I can go right back over and add again and again and again. So getting that highlight back in the middle there is going to be easy. I'm psyched about this. I think it's working good. All right, what other question did I have in my own head? I've been dinking around with this for like 2 hours now. Dee Dee did that whole page in 2 hours, and look at me. She did that whole page this morning in like 2.5 hours. I was like, holy crap. The girl is a machine, I tell ya. But I wouldn't be going this slow normally. I'd get after it. And I wouldn't sit and work in small areas like this either. I probably would go ahead and put down all my base coat of, say, the lightest green, and then I'd go on to the medium green, and, you know. But as long as you guys are happy doing whatever, I'm happy doing whatever. You have blank walls to fill? Yeah, it does take a lot of layers, Bojo, for sure. Why would you use markers on the sanded paper? Yeah, pencils is the slowest medium for sure. But you know what? I'm still partial. Um, and it's what I've done for the longest time. So I probably, for one, will stick with my pencils until my dying day, honestly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that dark green line in there right now, so I don't lose it. I love colored pencils. I really do. I like the looks of watercolor. The crazy thing is I have no interest in doing watercolor. But as far as art, I love the look of watercolor. But isn't it odd? I have no desire to do it. Now, I like the watercolor products, and I use them in my Beast, and that's probably just because I like buying supplies. But yeah, I'm not interested in watercoloring or acrylic painting. I mean, I have all the paints, and I use them in other ways. But as far as painting scenery or something like that, nope, no interest. Don't want to do it. Dee Dee did the whole picture with markers. Okay, you're saying I'm not slow because she did the whole picture. Yeah. But still, Dee Dee is like, she is a machine. I'm not kidding. And you can, you know, tell that she's got massive years of experience. And I think as I'm moving along, I'm moving a little faster. I'm feeling a little bit more confident for sure. And I don't know if that's because I know what to expect now. I know what they're going to do. And I think after I'm done with this whole page, and I am going to try and finish the whole page, yeah, I'll be more confident still. And decide, you know, do I want my strokes to be back and forth? Do I want my strokes to be little circles? You know, what is the most effective way of getting the results that I want, you know? Because some people use little circles to lay down the pigment. There's a million ways to do it. But I have to say that on this gridded paper, it's awesome. So CB, I will be putting together a package to send you, and I will definitely be sending you. These packages have 10 sheets each. So I'll send you a couple sheets of each, and I'll do the same for Eileen since you got stuck with the powder with me. So you don't have to go out and find it yourself. And that was, I told them before I was going to do that, so. And Kathy, I will make the offer again. I made it before. If there is a product down in America that you need, don't you hesitate. I will get it and ship it to you in a heartbeat. Because I know Canadians have a hard time either getting some products, or sometimes the price is just prohibitive. Of course, with shipping, holy crap. And I felt sorry for poor little Ange when she did the swap this last time. I don't think she appreciated what was coming when it came to the cost of postage and shipping. Yeah, see, CB, that's my problem too. If I want to do it all, or at least I want to own the products to do it all, but I know too that if you're ever going to get really proficient at something, you kind of have to limit yourself. And that's where I fall short. Because one thing I know I don't want to be good at is cleaning the damn house, but it's something I have to do. Finally, I was just saying earlier that I want to get my watercolors. Just one will let me know if I want to buy more. Ah, how sweet. And I thought CB was buying me a roll of it. Oh my God. It's a print. See, that's just it. And I know you guys have issues like that in Canada. One, things aren't available, or the price is so prohibitive. And we can still get pretty good deals in America, you know, like especially if it's just something like you're replenishing your stock, you know, and you can wait for something to go on sale, because some of these places have some great sales, if you can be patient and wait. My problem is Eileen. She is so not a patient person. Not a patient person at all, and the end result of that is I have to pay full price for everything. Looking for the right color. Alright, let's see, this will be like this. And I think, like right now, I know the edges aren't crisp, so that, for me, I have to know that I have to wait until the end to crispen up the edges. Does it come in rolls? I don't know. I just bought the sheets. I have to give Jean a lot of credit. She's going, for real, Eileen. Jean is kicking the watercoloring. She has learned so much, and I don't know if she's like watching a lot of YouTube or what, but yeah, she is kicking it. She really is. I'm proud of her. She's definitely found her niche there. And for those of you on the recording, we're talking about Jean. Her channel is The Musical Scrapper. Truly amazing woman. She's, I think, got what, 10% vision, you guys? And she has taken up watercoloring, and she is kicking it. I swear, she is absolutely kicking it. And in real life, she was a music teacher. I mean, she's artistically inclined, as it is, you know. But yeah, the watercolor, she's kicking it bad. Oh, and I guess I should have mentioned, meant to mention it early on when I started streaming. I did get the ATCs from Ange. And Ange was very generous, so thank you, Ange. But you guys did so good. Some of them were so awesome. Well, they were all really awesome, but I mean, some of them were just so clever, and you could tell there was so much thought and time put in them. It was just awesome. And I can see a couple little things I want to change, and I'm feeling confident that I can do that with this powder. So I'm psyched. I'm going to stop this here in a minute, start a new recording, and do some Zentangle. Some of the girls wanted me to Zentangle for a while today. But I think this afternoon, after I get dinner on, yeah, I will definitely be working on this. Yeah, Jean amazes me too, Kathy. So, but you know what, you guys, so far I'm tickled with the way the powder is working on this. So I'm glad I gave it a second chance. I'm glad I found the right mixture of products that allowed it to work, which I think is where I was lacking before. I just hadn't found the right mixture of product, meaning the paper and the Polychromos, because quite frankly, if I had just tested this with the Prismacolors only, I would have said no, I don't like it at all. So, Eileen, you're going to have to get at least a couple Polychromos to give it a real-life test. I really believe that. And CB, do all your products and tell me if you find the same results, okay? So it's not just me. What are we having for dinner? I haven't entirely decided yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to fix fajitas, because I have some avocados that need to be used. So I thought, well, we'll just do Mexican tonight. But I don't know. I haven't really decided. I've been craving like crazy food like Chinese. Like I said, I'm like, what the heck is that about? But yeah, so I'm going from Chinese cravings to Mexican. How about that? And the funny thing is about Robert, it wouldn't matter. I could feed him anything, honestly. And I'm not a picky eater. But yeah, Robert, you can feed anything. And he's appreciative, and he's the easiest man in the world to cook for. I swear to God. He's always appreciative and always never fails to say thank you. That was good. And I know sometimes it probably isn't that good, but he never fails to acknowledge that I at least went to the trouble. Yeah, I like fajitas, so, and I like avocados. And I got these avocados at Sam's Club, and I thought I would never pay that price for an avocado in my life. But you got to buy like a bag of 4 or 5 at Sam's Club. They were almost $8. I was like, holy crap. But I'm ultra sensitive to Robert's diet right now. So, yeah. If 4 avocados cost $8, oh well, that's the price I have to pay. Because I'm going to make sure that he's at least eating good. They're pumping him full of poison. He might as well eat good, right? So yeah, looking in the camera, I'm liking those leaves a lot. I'll be happy when I can crisp up the edges a little bit. That's bothering me. There you go, Eileen. I think you got the formula. If you buy the kit, you need to buy some Polychromos, and then the sanded paper, and then rob a bank. But we already have the plans for robbing the bank, so no problem there, right? You can walk across the street and pick some. Oh man, I would give anything to have an avocado tree, because that's one food I could quite literally eat every day. Every day. And they're so darn good for you, you guys. I mean, there's just no downside to an avocado. They're a little bit high in fat, but really, it's the good fat. You can afford to eat it. You can't afford to buy it, but you can afford to eat the fat. See, the blurry edges are bothersome to me, and I want to crisp them up, but I can't yet. It's just not time. Just not time. I'm liking that leaf a lot. I think I've got the shading pretty good on it. The edges are a little crappy, and I think I'd like a little bit more green. Alright, I'm going to end this recording for the blending powder. My final thoughts are, with the Polychromos, I like them a lot. I think I'm going to like the powder, and at least I'm going to use it now, which it's been in my cupboard for how long with no usage. So yeah, I'm liking it. So I have a project that I will finish tonight on the couch. I will continue working on this and play in my beast. But yeah, I would say I like the powder. If you want to try something new, fun, order it up. Go to Brush and Pencil website. For my level of art, frankly, I'll be honest with you, this was extravagant and not necessary, but it's a new fun thing, and I'm glad I have it. So, I'm just putting that in there while I get out another mess. All that goes in a tray over here. And if you've been watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. I'm going to do a brand new recording for the Zentangle. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.